as their two riders, so potentially that might put it into knowledge. But a really crash there for Luca Marini, who's gone down, I think, at turn 5 there in cool conditions. That's exactly the kind of crash that can happen. As you can see, he's left a very second-hand factory Honda, just as well that it's not the radical new spec Honda that they've brought here to Barcelona for the test, because Luca Marini's just broken one of them.
Yeah, you can see that tap on his shoulder, really angered himself, because he didn't know that the first thing that all riders have been saying to themselves is be careful when you go into turn 5. Once again, it was like the Acosta crash here, wasn't it? At the weekend, it was like he was crashing in the rain as soon as he flicked left and barely grabbed any front brake, and he was down. Heavy damage to the left-hand side of his leathers, a garage alongside Bagnaia next year, but I think Delinia knows he's going to go down as one of the best ever cycle. It does not really seem to have any kind of weak point, does it? And it's just Delinia himself. We've got the best bike. I want to see what a rider of Marc Marquez's ilk, of his talent, of his calibre, can do on that motorcycle.
And we expect him to do great things on that as well. And I think also Marc the World Championship.
I think it's going to be about to finish, you know. And I remember that in Valencia, my last day, you know, hey guys, I'm going to, you know, to say bye-bye to you, because it's the very last time.
He's here to enjoy himself and get that enjoyment back. That mission was accomplished this season. As mentioned earlier on this morning, his enjoyment in 2025 will only come through winning.
With his very distinctive and actually rather cool-looking Japanese livery here this weekend for his HRC debut, as Aleix Espargaró there on the number 41 bike, being chased here by the 25 bike of Raul Fernandez. Yeah, just a little footnote about Marc Marquez. Of course, in all the euphoria of celebrations of the World Championship here on Sunday, Marc Marquez actually did take his 150th career podium. Enjoyed racing once again, did he, Marc Marquez? He spoke in glowing terms with HRC, but clearly it wasn't really having come off that sort of sweet handling factory Aprilia. Lucio Cecchinello, if you joined us earlier on, else your Honda boss said mechanical rear grip. That has been the repeated complaint from Nakagami, from Mir, who we're looking at on screens right now, Luca Marini and Joan Zarco. One of several sins that HRC.
Double DNF in Mugello as well, double DNFs in Indonesia and up, and kind of really grateful and glad that the season was finally coming to an end. No Q2 appearances all season for Joan Mir, which tells its own story.
Yeah, his Grand Prix DNF here on Sunday was his 15th of the season. In total, in 2 years at Honda, he's had 28 DNFs. That is a lot of gravel to be cleared out of fairings, isn't it, for the number 36? We just saw there bring a lot of experience himself into that factory Honda setup. A couple of very good acquisitions, weren't they, by HRC to one poacher of December. So I am told that there's no Albiciano inside the Honda garage here today. We won't see Albiciano decked out in HRC club, but then until
test led by Pedro Acosta, who set that 1:39.9 around about half an hour ago. From a Honda point of view, Tim will head quick. The lessons are being learned, and they can then put into practice as we go through the rest of the day. Pecco Bagnaia then, the former world champion, quickest so far from Alex Marquez and Pedro Acosta. Fine fourth for Maverick Vinales so far on his KTM debut. Fabio Quartararo fifth for Yamaha ahead of Brad Binder and Joan Mir. Frankie Morbidelli for VR46 8th ahead of the two factory Aprilias of world champion Jorge Martin and Marco Bezzecchi. Raul Fernandez 11th ahead of Marc Marquez and Joan Zarco. Alex Rins for Yamaha next up ahead of Honda. Test rider now Aleix Espargaró. Luca Marini had a crash at turn 5 early on. He's 16th ahead of Miguel Oliveira for the Pramac Yamaha squad, not Ducati as it says on your screens there. Michele Pirro next up ahead of our first rookie Fermin Aldeguer, and Enea Bastianini 20th for Tech 3 KTM ahead of Jack Miller, Somkat Chantra, Iagora and Lorenzo Savadori.
So Pecco Bagnaia's quest to reclaim the number 1 plate in 2025 has started within P1 in the early throes of 2025. He leads